Hello, Internet. So it's been a while. So it's almost December. And I have to say, it's getting real crazy out there these days. Just got done watching the news. Supposedly there was another shooting in Michigan. I think 3 kids died in a high school. I think before that I heard something about a shooting at a mall. It's happened so much I'm not even phased anymore. I just feel so damn numb to everything. It's just gotten to a point of just complete absurdity. On top of that, the new Omicron or Oni-chan virus, as I like to refer to it, is causing a real stir around the world. Germany and Italy are in lockdown, from my understanding. Biden says it's of concern, but not of panic. When are we going to be totally honest with ourselves? Is this the new normal, or is this just us collapsing? Like, have we just accepted the reality that, like, America is just a collapsed nation? We're a nation in complete collapse. I mean, it's very prevalent in almost every aspect of our society. From everything big to everything small, you know? Who knew it only took something like this pandemic to really shake every single aspect of our institutions all over the world? I remember when mass shootings, for example, not to change up again, but when they would happen, it would be like a week-long coverage. Now they're happening so much, it's like it's hard to keep up with it, but that's just a side note. Although I do think that because of all the lockdowns, because of even the winter season, it's made people a little out there. And I think it's made people push to the edge, you know? I think I read sometime a while back ago that when the schools started opening up again, kids were already getting into fights and everything. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, America is a country in complete collapse at this moment between our unstable economy due to the fact of COVID and all these variants that keep making disruptions in the labor markets because people have to work or they have to like take less hours. They have to go through extra steps at their jobs. It's just so damn stressful. On top of that, everything is expensive. Gas is almost $5 a gallon where I'm at. It's nuts. I've seen like a woman panhandle in the middle of the street for change for her kids' hospital bills. I've seen people literally start fighting each other in the street or in a parking lot. I once saw a homeless man even wash his clothes. But where I work at, which is 30 minutes out from where I'm at, it's like nice Maseratis, beautiful fucking homes and shit, or at the very least looking like some kind of over glorified Olive Garden, in my opinion. I don't know why these homes have such like tacky tastes. Maybe that's just me. And I know that I get that general feeling from almost everybody I talk to and I see. It's like there's a kind of dimming in everyone's eyes that I see. There's a kind of just, we're a nation of islands. We're not a nation whole and complete. There's so much wrong and so much broken and so few accountability from not only just our politicians, but just regular people who just don't want to be accountable for their actions. Like, I really think Karens are an example of a society in collapse. Yes, there have always been Karens, sure, but they just weren't as much or infrequent, you know? It wasn't just a daily occurrence. I remember 10 years ago, I remember people saying, oh, just hold on, the economy will get better. Things will get better. And 10 years have gone by and nothing much has changed other than things got extremely worse because of, the Rona. Politics wise, it's completely reflective in terms of the incivility of society. You see that in politics. A country can't stand like this. And we all know this. But we keep going on about our daily business like this is fine. It really is like the dog meme. This is fine. You can't sustain yourself long term when all you do is just think in terms of survival all the time. COVID has really exposed us for what we truly are in America: selfish, egotistical, narcissistic assholes who could care less about other people so long as I got my McRib, which, I think about the sacrifices and standards of my grandparents. But then again, one theme I noticed was like amongst that generation of people was that there was a general belief that there was going to be something after World War II, after the Depression. That, the sacrifices they were making were going to build upon something. And it did. But I don't think the idea of a future has ever been really instilled in people my age. From the time I was in my early 20s on, all the movies, all the films were like post-apocalyptic dystopic nightmares. And I've been thinking about collapse recently. I've been thinking about it a lot because it's not just in the people. It's when I go into a store and I can just sense that, like, people are so paranoid of each other when you come too close to them. Hell, even sometimes I've even been guilty of that. Or, you know, I've worn a mask inside of a store and I've had a grown man just stare down at me, just glare while I'm in line. And it's hard just not to feel like this is most definitely not the country I knew from 10 years ago when I was a kid. And what's also just as disturbing are the actions of so-called adult people, who hold no accountability for themselves, who hold themselves to no standards, who get so angry and blow up at service workers during a global mass pandemic. And I don't understand it. It's insane. It's absolutely psychotic. And we keep going on like this thing is just going to be fine. This is normal. Someone has to say this is not fine, and this is most certainly not normal. And we are a country that's just so selfish and hateful and bigoted. I don't know what all the answers are, but I do get this sense that we're preluding to something, and I can't put my finger on it, but I know that, like, I don't know if it's a civil war or some shit like that. I read some statistic that said 46% of Americans believe that we could break out into civil war, which is sad, but I kind of don't blame them on some degree. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I just feel it deep down. Something is going to happen, whether it's this new strain of virus or whatever it is, another breakdown in the supply chain. Whatever it is, it's like this country, our society, isn't going to function like this forever. We're not going to be able to just buy shit on Amazon forever. We're not going to just buy everything instantly from our fucking phones at any time of the day. And I think a part of the incivility in America is because when people lack the ability, like in any relationship, to agree on the big things, it makes it so much harder to agree on the smaller things. You know, how can you agree on going inside of a store when you can't even agree that there's COVID and you need to wear a mask? That it's even real for that matter, you know? Or that you believe that the sitting president was duly elected. It's nuts. When we can't agree on the big things, it makes the small things like mountains. I really, really worry about this country. I recommend to everybody that they buy an emergency bag. You have a good one. Bye.